While grieving her divorce at 40, she encountered him in a dream. He promised her the world at 25 and was charming. Hollywood's most talked about romance became Demi Moore's darkest. She's 62 now and is finally exposing the whole story: their secret miscarriage, her 3 regrettable children, and her addiction that nearly killed her. Born in Roswell, New Mexico, Demi Moore was born November 11th, 9962. She had a difficult childhood because her father departed before she was born and her mother died young. Things became worse when Demi was 15 and her mother let an older man hurt her for $500. She suffered years-long emotional wounds. By age 14, her parents drank heavily and the family moved over 30 times. Demi never felt secure. When she was 12, Demi had to pull drugs from her lips while her stepfather held her down after her mother attempted suicide. That moment made her grow up fast. Demi had problems reading and needed eye surgery, making school difficult. At 16, she abandoned school and moved in with her parents. She made money modeling and collecting debt. She married rock musician Freddie Moore at 17 to escape her turbulent past. Demi persevered after a 4-year marriage to improve her future. At 19, she earned her first big break, playing Jackie Templeton, a journalist on General Hospital. Demi beat out 1,000 other actresses. Demi stood out on TV because she only made $750 an episode, but her portrayal as Jackie was strong and decisive, unlike most women at the time. Her performance impressed spectators and producers. Demi was a drug and alcohol addict who partied for days off-screen. Joel Schacher, her director, spotted her promise and found someone to be with her 24/7 as she made her next big movie, St. Elmo's Fire. This support changed her life. She appeared in 1,985 St. Elmo's Fires. Fire, a blockbuster film about friends entering adulthood, stars Rob Lowe and Emilio Estevez. Demi played Jules, a party girl with issues, which mirrored her own. Joel Schacher required her to get sober or lose the part. She beat her addiction and the company arranged for someone to remain with her during production to keep her on track. Demi joined the 1,987th Brat Pack, Rising Young Stars, with the film. The performers disliked the name, but it put her in the spotlight, fame and attention. Demi's performance in St. Elmo's Fire led to roles in About Last Night and Ghost, making her one of Hollywood's biggest stars. The Brat Pack is still discussed years later. Demi and her co-stars discussed that moment in the 2024 documentary Brats. The original cast may return in a St. Elmo's Fire sequel. $7 million worldwide, despite it cost $22 to $23 million to make and became 1,990's highest grossing film and the 3rd highest of all time. It was the most watched US video in 1,991 due to its popularity. Moore's ghost performance as Molly Jensen moved audiences. The pottery wheel sequence with Patrick Say to Unchained Melody is one of the most famous in film history. Moore's short hairdo in the movie inspired ladies worldwide to copy it. While Ghost was the box office leader, the movie's success was personal. Their films were the top 2 in theaters, a feat not achieved by another married Hollywood pair until 34 years later. Moore was nominated for a Golden Globe and Saturn Award for Best Actress for Ghost due to its critical and popularity. The film defied Hollywood conventions by combining romance, comedy, and mystical themes. It showed that movies with innovative concepts might be successful, encouraging filmmakers to try new storylines throughout time. Moore played Lieutenant Commander Joanne Galloway in A Few Good Men, 1,992, which grossed over $243 million worldwide and proved she could handle a serious, male-dominated film. Based on a $38 million budget, Moore's 1,993 film Indecent Proposal grossed over $267 million. Moore played Diana Murphy, who raised moral and relationship issues in the film Would a Married Woman Sleep with a Stranger for $1 Million? Some feminists believe the role treated women like property. Moore later called this backlash one of her hardest career moments. She continued to play bold parts to question society's gender norms. Moore took a riskier path with two contentious mid-1990s films. Moore's naked scenes and daring role as a stripper in Strip Tops in 1996 garnered attention. $5 million for the role, making her Moore was Hollywood's highest paid actress in 1997 and played the first female Navy SEAL. Moore performed multiple stunts and shaved her head on camera for the role. She exercised hard to gain muscle and lose 10% body fat. Moore played a gruff, macho figure in G.I. Jane, then embraced her femininity and sexuality in Striptease. This raised questions about Hollywood gender stereotypes, and Moore said playing a soldier upset women more than playing a stripper. These movies made Moore more renowned, but they also drew criticism and attention, which wounded her. Moore said in her 2019 memoir that this began her struggle with substance misuse and body image. At 17, Demi Moore married musician Freddie Moore, changing her life. Years later, she acknowledged in her biography, Inside Out, that she married to escape the agony of losing her stepfather. Moore said this the night before the wedding. Instead of being excited or happy, she was on the phone with another man she met on a movie set before they married. She kept Freddie's surname as her stage name throughout her career. They wrote songs like It's Not a Rumor, a little hit during their marriage, but Demi was still trying to figure out who she was while in a meaningful relationship. She eventually admitted to sabotaging the marriage since she knew it was wrong. It made a lasting influence on her after the 1985 divorce. Demi met Bruce Willis at a 1987 premiere while engaged to Emilio Estevez. Bruce and Demi had chemistry. Bruce proposed 4 months later in Las Vegas during a boxing match. They married immediately on November 21, 1987. Impulsive, yet good for a while. One of Hollywood's most famous couples. Bruce had a devoted following, and Demi was becoming one of the highest paid actresses. The couple have 3 daughters. Rumer Tallulah was born 1994, Scout 1991, and both 1988. But their careers kept them apart, and they had distinct family values. Bruce wanted Demi to work less, but she made $12/hour, $5 million for striptease, and kept going. They worked together in Mortal Thoughts and stayed close despite their challenges. They parted in 1998 after 11 years of marriage. They co-parented and kept friends after their Hollywood divorce. Later, their blended family showed how divorced couples can support each other. Demi's toughest problem was juggling work and motherhood. She reportedly didn't slow down in 1988. In 1991, she posed naked on Vanity Fair's cover while pregnant with Scout. The photo went renowned because it proved that being a mom didn't equal body shaming. With her youngest daughter's nursery created on the G.I. Jane set, she worked hard to balance her profession and family. Her huge relocation from Hollywood to Idaho came after her divorce from Bruce. Despite sacrificing her profession, she wanted her girls to have a normal life away from the spotlight. This choice showed she prioritized motherhood. Demi Moore met Ashton Kutcher during Charlie's Angels' Full Throttle's 2003 New York premiere. Demi was 40, Ashton 25. Despite being 15 years apart, they clicked immediately. Demi liked Ashton's charisma and humor. Soon after meeting, they had an 8-hour phone call to discuss their sentiments. Ashton met Demi's daughters and ex-husband Bruce Willis within 3 weeks. 2 months into their relationship, Ashton proposed to Demi in a stunning and brave gesture. A midnight picnic on Santa Barbara's beach with "Marry Me, Bee and Rose Petals" was his idea. The $250,000 engagement ring had a 5-carat Asher-cut diamond. By the 4th month, they lived together and founded Catalyst Films. Their debut film was Beauty and the Geek. Demi miscarried 6 months into her pregnancy, testing their bond. Though heartbroken, they supported each other through bereavement therapy 3 times a week for months. Ashton later said the tragedy made him ready to be a dad, strengthening their bond. When they made their public debut as a pair at the Charlie Angels premiere year, their 15-year age gap intrigued the media. Press went berserk over 200. Many photographers attended and even paid $100,000 for a late-night kiss. Demi and Ashton handled the limelight well, even though comedians and talk shows made fun of their relationship and branded Demi the poster child for cougar. Demi mocked their age gap on Saturday Night Live in 2005 with Old Age Man. Demi and Ashton married in Beverly Hills in September 2005 with 100 guests, including Bruce Willis. Demi wore Lanvin and Ashton cream Brooks. Bruce Willis reportedly cried during the ceremony under a Kabbalah chuppah, representing their spiritual beliefs. It was heartwarming when Demi's children Scout and Tula read passionate letters to Ashton, who handed each girl a Cartier love bracelet to express his family devotion. Demi and Ashton integrated within their blended family after their wedding. They liked family trips and themed parties in their Idaho house. They co-parented well with Bruce Willis and vacationed as a huge family. Bruce called Ashton one of his dearest friends. Ashton was one of the few guys his children had told him, "I love you." He raised Demi's 3 daughters, ages 17, 14, and 11. He became involved, attending school events, cheering them on, and even learning to French braid their hair. Ashton completed parenting seminars to understand his position, stating love grows, not breaks. He encouraged the girls' interests by helping Rumor start her Twitter account, producing her film, and more. Scout described him as inspiring. Taluka noted that Ashton's presence initially bewildered her because she wasn't sure how to embrace him as a father. Rumor said she had a crush on Ashton before he started dating her mom, complicating their relationship. Despite these issues, Ashton remained close to the girls after his breakup with Demi. He supported Rumor on Dancing with the Stars and her pregnancy announcement years later. He pledged to love and support them forever in 2020. When Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher learned they were pregnant, they were overjoyed. On September 23, 2003, Moore was 41 and 6 months pregnant when they were told their baby girl, Chaplain Ray, had no heartbeat during a routine exam. Moore, sober for over 20 years, was devastated. The occasional smoking and drinking throughout pregnancy was her fault, she thought. After her grief hit stronger, she abused booze and Vicodin to cope. At 98 pounds, she was dangerously thin. The couple tried IVF but failed to have another child. Moore said in 2019 that she felt even more damaged because she didn't know how to handle her feelings following the miscarriage. This distanced her from Kutcher, who wanted to help but couldn't understand her feelings. Their relationship suffered as their emotional distance developed. They took odd measures to rescue their marriage. Moore wrote in her memoir that Kutcher requested threesomes. She needed everything to make him happy, but she felt humiliated and horrible about the relationship. She tried spirituality in the Los Angeles Kabbalah Center and a retreat in Israel, but nothing worked. The pressure to produce a child, Moore's drug problems, and their age difference made things worse. Rumors of Kutcher infidelity on their 6th wedding anniversary, September 24, 2011, made things worse. Kutcher reportedly slept with 22-year-old Sarah Lal Moore. Moore had met Lal in a bowling alley where he gave Kutcher her name. Her daughter discovered the affair through a Google alert on her phone while getting ready for a red carpet event. Moore was so startled she couldn't breathe. Kutcher confessed when she confronted him. Moore later admitted to cheating with Brittany Jones, a 21-year-old. Kutcher sought to justify his behavior by arguing their threesomes had obscured their bond, which made Moore's grief worse. The affair's public disclosure made matters worse. Days after the controversy, they attended a